18th.
Not when you know.
Well, I don't know.
You never know. Yeah, you could. Wait a minute.
You didn't start, you're gonna miss it, ain't Call the meeting to order. We'll pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
There goes everybody.
I don't think so.
No, that wasn't you.
We all signed the warrant, so we will. Did anybody know any errors or omissions of the town of Newry Selectmen meeting minutes for June 18th, 2024?
I didn't see anything that was out of line. I'll make a motion to accept it as read.
I'll second the motion.
Been moved and seconded that we approve the town of Newry Select Board meeting minutes for June 18th. All those in favor?
In favor?
In favor.
In favor. Any adjustments to the agenda? Any announcements? Public comment? No public hearings? Well, I guess Mandy has to be sworn at, or she has to swear at us or something.
All the above. Ready.
I, Mandy Berry,
I'm Andy Berry.
do swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
Do swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and of this state,
and of this state,
so long as I shall continue a citizen thereof.
so long as what? I shall continue as a citizen thereof.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I do swear that I will faithfully discharge
I do swear that I will faithfully discharge
all the duties incumbent upon me
all the duties incumbent upon me
as a Newry Select Board,
as a Newry Select Board,
sworn in on July 2nd, 2024,
sworn in on July 2nd, 2024,
for a 3-year term expiring on June 30th, 2027,
for a 3-year term expiring June 30th, 2022,
for the town of Newry,
for the town of Newry,
according to the Constitution and laws of the state.
according to the Constitution and the laws of the state.
So help me God.
So help me God.
He's signing, what's that?
Okay.
We have to choose a select board chair for the fiscal year 25.
Make a motion to choose Gary White.
I thought Andy would get it because she didn't have that done that night. She was.
That's right, that's automatic, right? Yeah, it automatically goes to her.
What didn't I do?
Well, I guess it's been moved and seconded that Gary White will stay as chair in fiscal year 25.
In favor?
In favor.
Congratulations, Mr. White.
Looks like a railroad job.
I like how fast you made that nomination. Good job, team.
I did.
I'd like to say it's a big surprise.
It's an honor, it's an honor.
Yeah, I guess it is, in a way.
Yeah.
It depends.
Now, I guess Deb Webster's up to discuss Grange Hall use, I suppose?
Yes, excellent. Should I, what do I need to
You
do?
could just talk.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. So Doug and I are in the stage of just information gathering right now, trying to mitigate other floods that may or may not occur, never wanting to go through what we went through in December. One of the things we were thinking about was if it would even be possible to rent the Grange Hall long-term, like we would be a full lease, you know, multi-years, and basically move the school to the Grange Hall. And I don't know if that's even feasible, but like I said, we're just in information gathering stage. So I'm trying to, this summer is my summer of finding other options. You know, raising it up on stilts is another option, but it would be, you know, I would, in my ideal situation, it would be, you know, like you were renting to a tenant where it's my space for the time that I'm renting it. However, I know that it also gets used for some town events, town meetings. I think you still have them there.
Yeah.
And so we could easily work out, you know, however many times a year you would need the space. I would make sure that the kids, you know, that it was all cleaned up, and maybe we have some things on display that we've been working on so people who walked through could see it. And so, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, just trying to find out if that is even possible. You know, it would be a set amount of income that the Grange Hall could bring to the town every year. You guys would obviously have to come up with all of the terms and the rent and all of that. I would bring internet in. I would be willing, or I would expect that I would be paying for all of the utilities, that sort of thing, if we were using it. So I don't necessarily expect an answer today, but I wanted to kind of just throw that out there while I'm, you know, looking around at the other things we can do. The space is great. We've used it for cooking things. It's in the perfect location. It has a nice yard. It's got woods. Everything that I'm looking for in a school. And so I just thought I would come and find out if it's even feasible, and then if it is feasible, to talk about what the details would be. I wouldn't be able to tell you for sure yet when we would make the move, because like I said, we're just gathering information right now. It would certainly not be for this coming school year. You know, maybe it would be for the middle of the, I don't know. I'm very flexible, but just kind of needing to see what other options we have out there other than trying to.
I think one of the things, the fire marshal's office needs to be involved.
Yes, they do, because you're gonna have kids in there.
Correct.
Yeah, so, yeah, we have
I mean,
to,
I don't know if there's a problem or not,
No.
but they would need to know about it.
right, they would
Yeah.
need to know, and I think probably through your licensing, they need to
Mhm.
come and inspect it just like they do in the current
Absolutely.
facility?
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah, okay.
Would
So
it be
would
the-
we have bathroom facility enough with just the one?
I don't know that until the fire marshal gives me some okay. According to the plumbing code, no, but using an existing building of that age, we'd have to dig into that.
I mean, you were talking, what, maybe 12, 15 kids?
No more than 14, yeah. And then an adult, so 15 people,
Yeah.
yeah, on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Is this something we want to run by a lawyer to see what he recommends we do? Or-
That's up to you, you guys could decide that.
Would you want the upstairs, downstairs, or just a portion?
Well, if I'm paying for the whole building, you know, I would
No,
love,
I just-
I would love the whole building. I mean, what a dream to have another floor with, you know, a video camera, so that I can see what they're doing when they're up there. But, yeah, I mean, that would be the ideal situation. The bathroom was definitely something I was wondering about. We were able to get a modification when we redid the current school with the bathroom situation because of the, Well, and just the situation, they wanted me to have 2 bathrooms, a boys' room with a urinal and a stall, and therefore a girls' room had to have 2 stalls, so it would be even, plus a faculty bathroom, and that would have taken up more than the addition I put on my school.
Yeah.
So, but I am, I was happily surprised that they were able to come and look and say, oh, that does not make sense for this space.
Okay.
So,
Good, okay. So maybe, my recommendation would be to start with the fire marshal and your licensing
mhm,
and have them come and look. Happy to accommodate and meet them there with you,
Mhm.
as a plumbing inspector, not as anything else right away. But let's start with that before we go down the road of spending attorney's dollars.
yeah.
We may as well get the state involved first.
Okay,
And make sure that to meet your licensing requirements.
Right.
Let's start very basic
Yep.
before we spend a bunch of money. 'Cause
before you
attorneys are
spend
never cheap.
any, you really
Yeah,
took,
attorneys
right,
are cheap, huh? That's
Yeah.
my recommendation.
Perfect.
Well, that makes sense, because they might just be like,
Yes or no?
there's
Right.
something, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Or you
I don't know
gotta,
anything about what the
you gotta
rules
do
are.
this to do that, and is it feasible to do that?
Right,
Right.
exactly. Okay.
Mhm.
But in terms
Yeah.
of you guys being able to rent the space,
Where
that's
is the
not the
shelter?
issue. The issue is the space.
We wanna make sure that everybody involved is in the legal
Well,
Yeah, absolutely.
way.
Well,
it's
right, but
supposed
I
to be.
mean, what do we use it for? The town meeting?
Emergency shelter.
And
It's our emergency shelter, so
too,
that
so-
brings up a good point. In the midst of the flood that happened
Right.
during the day,
Right.
we all started our day that day thinking, oh, we're getting some rain. By the middle of the
Right.
day, we were all in panic mode, and we needed to open it for an emergency shelter. Then you have perfect strangers that we don't know. They were from people from out of town. They weren't our friends and neighbors going to a shelter with kids in it.
Right.
So then I don't know how
That
that
could be a
affects
point
you.
where you could separate it,
Yeah,
you know?
right.
But what does that, no, because it's the bathroom. We can't.
Right.
Oh,
We can't
yeah,
separate it.
yeah.
So anyway, that's something to think about, and then eventually, when we get all the answers to some of these questions, you come to planning board for a change of use of the building. Even though
Right,
it's a town building,
right.
and planning board is a town board.
Yep.
You're gonna come through planning board just like you had to for your
Sure,
current location.
sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
excellent.
So I'm not throwing up roadblocks, just.
No, I would love,
Yeah.
I want to face them all now when,
Yes,
when I'm
yeah,
in
yeah.
this stage.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
know if there are some that we can jump over or some that will not let us pass.
Yeah, and I think the first and foremost would be your licensing in the state
Yeah.
fire marshal's office. That's a big, that's the expensive one if we have to add a bathroom.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
right, yeah. Excellent, well, thank you very much, I
Yeah.
appreciate that, and I will start doing my work.
I'm happy to meet Monday through Thursday.
Okay.
If I can have a little heads up.
Sure,
If you do get the fire marshal to come
Yeah.
down, or the health inspector, DHS, whoever it is.
right,
That your
right.
licensing has to go through, yeah.
Yeah,
just-
building-wise, it's the fire.
That's what I figured.
That's the big one,
Yeah,
yeah.
all right, yeah.
And they're wonderful.
Yes, they
Oh
are.
my gosh, they're so helpful.
Yeah, let me know.
So, okay,
Okay,
wonderful,
cool,
thank you so
thank you.
much,
Yeah.
yay. Right,
Thank you.
thank you.
I think as far as the select board, if we didn't have to spend a lot of money, we'd be in favor of it. Again, I'm speaking for myself.
Okay, yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, we would just have to figure out the emergency part.
Right, I hadn't even thought about the emergency shelter piece, yeah.
We don't need it a lot, but boy, that day we needed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had, what, 3 people in there? Well, the 3 people that we've never had to put in before.
That's
They'll
about,
die with 2 of them. And then like Nancy.
that's what, 1% of the Newry population?
Yeah, and we actually had an Upton resident in there that couldn't get home,
Right,
so no
Right.
matter which way she wanted to go, she couldn't get there.
yeah,
So, yeah, okay.
So technically, we could have our emergency shelter here. 'Cause
We
have a
could,
generator.
but we
We
just
can
have
lock that
to,
office.
yeah, we just have to change stuff up. But that's just
Right.
something to consider.
yeah, thank you, yeah, I
Yeah.
appreciate that, but the fire code is
Yeah,
definitely,
that's the first one.
yeah, wonderful,
Okay.
wonderful.
But yeah, we can all just kind of think about,
Yeah.
all the things we
Ponder it.
use.
Exactly,
for-
ponder, there's no rush, it
Right.
won't,
Yeah.
Right.
hopefully I won't need it to happen for another year.
We're all knocking on wood with that one.
Right.
Yeah, none of us want to do.
Yeah,
that.
exactly, we're kind of done with that for now.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
Okay,
great, well, thank you so much.
thank you.
Thank you. Is it rude if I leave?
No,
Can you extend this?
everybody else will.
Thank you.
Approved committee and annual appointments. So these are basically people that have already been on them in the past, and they're up for renewal.
The yearly ones, yeah.
So like John is 3, Bruce is 3, Ted is 3.
Well, Ted, we have to make sure wants to stay on as planning board member, so we'll have to swear him.
I already told them we thought that'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
So we didn't ask him, we told him.
Yes, I was told.
I just wanna make sure.
Yeah.
I've been
kind
told.
I've been in your boat, I know. That's how I ended up here.
We have to
Stick
swear
around
Ted.
for all the havoc I've created.
That's right, yeah.
Do we just have to make a motion to accept these committees and appointments? Is that-
Is them?
Color and fit all of them.
None of these are new people, right?
No.
They all look pretty much the same as last.
Yeah, Rob, Cates, and Meredith are still the alternates for planning board at this point, so.
Some of these haven't even met in a couple of years.
Yeah, we gotta work on the appeals board.
They do have to have a meeting.
Yeah. We only have 2 people, but.
You should go to the training in July.
Mm-hmm. There is a training in July.
This is July.
I know, it snuck up on us.
Well,
Yes.
I'll make a motion that we accept and approve the committee and annual appointments as written on these 2 papers.
I'll second that, if that was what your motion was.
Yep.
I'll second it.
I don't see any of them that we need to. If somebody doesn't want to be there, let us know, I guess.
So it's been moved and seconded that we appoint and approve the committee reappointments and the annual appointments for 2025. All those in favor?
In favor.
In favor.
In favor.
Tink, I have to swear at you after the meeting.
That's where we have at the annual appointment, or that's all.
Yeah, yeah.
Still closed. They have it up, they have it up.
Next thing is the update on generator.
Yeah, you guys went to the meeting, I did not, and I haven't heard anything from either.
So I do wanna say the, community, was it community energy guy?
Yeah,
He was there, he was going to price it out, either having us dig our own trench, and I said that was fine. Rather than them digging it.
Wasn't very far,
Right.
but
Well, I figured between everybody in this room, we all know somebody that
if there's any digging needs to
Has
be done,
some.
I'll donate it.
has some digging availability that might be cheaper than hiring them.
Well, I can take care of that if it's no charge.
I also have a shovel and some teenagers.
There you go.
that might need some community service hours.
Oh, there you go. They can donate it to the Newry Fire Department.
That's right.
Anyway,
Yeah, I haven't heard from community energy or Heath, so.
Anyway, as I told the fire department last night, we decided it's gonna go on the back side of the fire station now, near the front, where the front door is open. It's gonna be on that side wall. Generator will be up against the building. We may have to build a roof over it for the snow that comes off the roof. The propane tanks will be off into the woods a little bit, and when they plow, they'll plow right in front of them. So,
We will have to put like a
Put some.
trailer
area or
or something,
something.
yeah.
No, ballers.
and the wiring will go up the side of the building in conduit and go up into the attic and go across. Then there'll be conduit coming back down into the box that they have to put on to shut off. And I think you will get a new price on it,
Yeah.
so, for the contract. Well, we figured that way was better than putting it over there by the pole, digging up the driveway, and it should be cheaper this way, actually.
Because we don't have to repair any pavement and it's just extra wire.
Kind of like the original plan.
Kind of a different.
Okay.
There's a lot of doors on that building. It's gotta
That's,
be
Yeah.
10 feet,
There
5
wasn't-
feet.
we got an option, which I told them, give us a price on both ways, buying the tank or having them furnish the fuel tank,
Oh,
the gas tank.
yeah.
But buying it, you own it, you can have anybody you want fill it. But you gotta buy the tank to do that.
Right.
Like you've got theirs, and they're the only ones that can fill it. Not that it makes a big difference, but sometimes you can work prices if you own the tank.
And
Well-
sometimes they charge you a rental fee on these tanks too.
Well,
Yes,
but
they do.
we, all our other energy needs come from community energy, so unless we're gonna replace all the tanks like here and.
Well, and that's what we
replace
said,
out-
that's why we had to
Yeah.
price it both ways,
Yeah.
just because we
Just
do
let's see.
everything through them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anything else on that?
So I guess we're just waiting.
Wait
For
for
heat.
numbers now.
Well, hopefully we'll have them before next week. They'll probably come this afternoon.
Or tomorrow.
He
But
did
that's-
say that it should be cheaper than
Yeah.
that original,
Yeah,
well, the
The last
second one.
yes.
Code enforcement road committee report?
Okay, well, I'll start with FEMA work, huh? All the damages from, well, May, 2023, and December 2023. May work is 99.9% complete, huh? We might have a little bit of riprap that we could throw into the dirt section of Sunday River Road, but I need to get with Cross and take a look at what they've done there and see if there's anything more we can do. In my mind, it's done. For the December storm, all right, I'll start with Valley View. I think I already told you the work is complete. We're waiting on asphalt. This is all gonna be handwork when it comes to asphalt, so it's gonna be easier for us to do all our work throughout town and then get that hand crew to work with Cross for, 2, 3, 4 days and just follow each other around, huh? Lone Pine Culvert, was supposed to start today. It was a snafu with Dig Safe, so Monday morning they'll start with Lone Pine. We're gonna upsize that one size from an 18-inch to a 24-inch. We're gonna extend the outlet away from the road a little bit more, so it looks like it has quite a drop, but the road drops off quick there too. So we'll make sure there's plenty of rock in the bottom of that and send that to Bear River. Branch Road, anything above, say, the farm in the dip in the center of the road, everything north of that, all the sides have been cut, filled, gravelled, waiting on asphalt. Culvert's done, culvert at the far end is done. Now we're to bridge work in the main chunk of road that washed away. We have our engineer's report. The Chase Hill Brook Bridge, the abutment is almost completely washed under. Just scoured out, so there's nothing holding that concrete up. So we've got work in the brook. The engineer's given us a fix for that. We're gonna start with big stones and go to little stones and work our way up the banks on both sides. When we get down to Branch Brook Bridge, then we have sinkhole on all 4 corners of the bridge abutment. They've washed out centers of the large riprap stone, so we can't just reach over with a bucket and set a stone back in there. All the abutment has to come out, new fabric, new stone. So it's extensive work, and this is gonna take time, it's not fast. Guardrail has to come out, all this work gets done, guardrail gets put back in, and there is telephone or cable wire box on one side of that bridge. There'll be some delicate handwork going on that side.
What do we have to do for permits for working in the bridge?
Not a thing. As a municipality, I have an email from the state of Maine DEP saying we don't need permits for any of this. And Rob Prue, our engineer, has verified that with DEP also. He has sent me an email saying we don't need anything.
I just saw in the news about someplace where they dredged out the river and they got in big trouble for it.
Yeah, we're not dredging anything.
No, I know
Yeah.
that, but I mean, I was just saying working.
Yeah,
in the
that's
water.
different. Yeah, that's different. Cross is certified to work in shoreline zone and knows how to de-water and put the sandbags in. I mean, all of the back work that takes place, kind of like, all the work in the back room that needs to happen. Cross knows how to do all of that and then take it all out in the consecutive order they're supposed to when we're ready to release the water. Okay, that's FEMA. Sunday River Road, we're not even talking about schedule yet. We're not talking about Roderick yet, we're not talking about any of that. Everything will get a base coat of asphalt before October, but we need to finish over here first and then mobilize and go down on that side of the valley. Spring work, regular spring work that needs to be done. We have a driveway culvert on Mountain View, completely out of the ground. We've actually caution taped it off. The owners,
That's the first one
Yes.
on the right hand,
Yeah.
turn in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is bad.
the owner's rep contacted me and said, can you guys do anything about that this year? And obviously, it's in dire shape, it needs to be done. We have another one, also regular spring work, but will be done in conjunction as a FEMA work on Branch Road. That's another old metal culvert. And then we have one on Greenbrier that we're gonna be replacing. We've already done the one on Valley. All of that's just normal spring work. That's it for spring work. My goal, hopefully this fall, Valley View was on the list to be asphalted this year. So I want to get Valley View completely done and hopefully asphalted. Branch will, because it's a single, it's a dead-end road, it only gets local traffic, I feel confident that we can asphalt that and not have it, get driven over by dump trucks for the next 3 years and doing construction. Same thing with Branch. If we can do Branch and get that asphalted, because it is 90% local traffic, I'd like to get that done. We'll see how the timelines work out and whether or not we can make any asphalt companies list at this point in the game. We are fortunate that we started in February going out to bid with our engineer and getting our work started that early, because there are other small towns around us that are just putting out their RFPs and they're not getting any engineers. So we're ahead of the game by that much. We have 2 violations I'm working through, somebody building without a permit on this side of the valley, and then on the other side of the valley I've got a stream that was impacted by a developer. They put the house right in the buffer zone. Thankfully they didn't pour any concrete, so they're going to fill that hole, replant, and pull back. They've got an engineer working with them as well as the HOA. That's my violations. And lastly, can I give you guys a quick update on fire?
Yep.
Okay. I have been responding with Bethel since I passed my exams, and basically it just gives me more experience. As you guys all know, my partner in life is the Bethel Fire Chief, so when he gets a call, I go with him. For workers' comp, more than any other reason, I'm being asked to talk to you guys about being a dual member. I would not respond to any Bethel calls when I am here Monday through Thursday or at a planning board meeting or any other meeting pertaining to Newry. My Newry full-time employment will not be impacted by Bethel calls, nights and weekends. If it's a structure fire and it cuts into work hours, Newry's probably going to be there anyway, so I'd be there anyway. But just letting you guys all know that that's something the 2 chiefs have talked about. Bethel membership has raised their hand and said, yes, we're good with this. And I talked with Alan last night. His biggest concern was making sure that I don't cut into my full-time employment here.
No double dipping getting paid by.
Exactly, yes, I heard all about that fella.
That was set up when she came on.
Yes, yeah. Well, when I got hired here, one of Tink's, I think the first week I was here, I was like, hey, do you want to join the fire department? Little did I know that it would be something I really do enjoy, so it's just to protect me personally, if in the event I get hurt on a Bethel call and Newry hasn't been phoned, that's why they want to have this policy. I would have Bethel gear, it wouldn't be Newry gear being used. I'm not taking a utility truck from here to answer a Bethel call. I'm not doing any of that unless they tone Newry. I just wanted you guys to be aware of what the 2 chiefs are talking about.
Should we have something in writing?
You're gonna need a bigger truck.
Can I have an F-250, please?
No. But I'd like this in writing, please. Just
Between
for-
the 2 chiefs?
Yeah,
Okay.
please.
Yeah, I can do that.
Just-
I'll
Just to
I'll
see
work
why,
on that.
yeah.
Yeah, you draw that up.
Yeah, let me draft that up and get them
Yeah.
to sign it. Yeah, I think that's a
Yeah.
good plan. Yeah, okay. Do you guys have any questions?
As far as pay, she doesn't get double dip, she's on, as far as this is the way it was set up when she came. She got the code enforcement officer's pay.
No,
until
I'm
5
talking
pounds.
about, like, let's say if Newry and Bethel both get towed out.
Well, I was just explaining what her situation was.
Yeah, I do recall the work.
And until 5 o'clock, and after 5 o'clock, then she goes on fire department payroll. But never does it come so that she gets both.
Right.
And
And
I'm
I,
just thinking there are sneaky humans out in the world, not that you are one,
100%.
but.
right, no,
I
but
mean,
that's,
she-
that's,
I just feel like I have
know
to
for a
say it
fact
out
that
loud.
yes, you do.
sometimes the way the payroll comes together, it comes off of run sheets. And her name might be on a run sheet.
Right.
But she double checks to make sure that it's in line with what it's supposed to be. I know she's done that before.
And then chief double checks what I've done.
Yeah.
So he, you know, we have people double watching my time card, because
And
one
we
pay
watch
is
it.
very different than the other. Thankfully, Bethel and Newry have the same fireman's pay schedule, so that's very easy to keep track of. You guys will be able to see that on any run report you ever ask me for. I can get a hold of it and hand it to you.
The way I look at it, you're gonna go to Bethel's Fires anyway. We might as well,
Yeah.
good public relations.
Yes.
Well,
keep-
and, I mean, legally, it would be,
And you're covering your butt, you're covering our butts, and you're
Yeah.
covering the town of Bethel's.
And I need to cover mine, most importantly. I want to still be able to walk and talk and have all my digits. So, you know, if there's something that ever happens, then I think it's important that any employee of any town be covered and make sure they're safe.
Another thing she did say, Bethel was gonna outfit her in Bethel's turnout gear for any calls.
So
from
got the
Bethel.
calls.
Right,
right.
yeah.
But then, you gotta change hats if Newry's involved, right?
Well,
Well, let's say if Bethel gets toned out first, and then they're like, oh shit,
Well,
sorry to swear on
There's a
TV.
lot of times that they're toned together.
And then, but if they're not,
right,
then,
like the
and we
accident
just-
on Route 26 last weekend, or 2 weeks ago now. I went with Bethel because Mike and I were sitting on the couch side by side. I went and helped him because it was a weekend, you never know who's around, you need somebody to hold that stop slow sign in direct traffic. 30 minutes later, they asked for Newry to come. At that point, I called Alan and said, hey, by the way, I'm already here. So I got paid for 1 hour because we got toned as Newry. The other 5 hours I was there, I did not get paid because I was just going to help Bethel. That's it.
right, but if, I'm saying if you join Bethel Fire Department, that happens again,
Mhm.
you're already there for Bethel,
Right.
you're just gonna stay for Bethel.
I'm gonna stay, I'm gonna stay for Bethel
I mean,
because
that
I'm already
would
gonna
just
have
make
a
the
year
most
on.
sense.
The
Yeah.
the only thing that it comes is you look at the deputy chief in charge of Newry's people if Alan is not there.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. That is not how incident command works. So if Ben shows up, and Ben shows up with a crew of 3 in the ladder truck, Ben's in charge of that ladder truck and those 2 other people. He's incident command for Newry. That's how that works. Whether me and Alan are on scene or not, if Ben's first on site and takes incident command, he is it. Or the lowest, newest man from Newry shows up. That's how incident command works, unless we want to relieve him.
I was gonna say, because back along, I know Bethel's chief and Newry's chief, they work together, you take this, you do this.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, incident command can direct people.
you know.
Incident command directs people, and whoever takes it owns it for the whole incident, until he is swapped off. Yeah. That's an internal fire department thing, that doesn't need to be discussed here.
No, I know that,
Yeah.
but depending on the situation, you could be put into the in-charge position
For either department.
for either department.
Yeah.
And I was just curious how that was working.
That's why you guys sent me to school last year. Incident command, that's what that was all about, for 2 things. EMA was the main reason I went, but most of them were fire chiefs that were there, so I got to see both sides and see how that works, but that's, yeah, I understand incident command very well. Yeah, okay. Thank you.
She had to go pick up her child. and from MKA, he's sick, I guess.
Oh,
But she said to tell you she had 28 liens, and we're down to 18 now, because their money is coming in. And that's all she had at this point.
Just, your report.
Well, you guys got an abutters notification for a public hearing, to inform you of a major subdivision and shoreline zone application submission regarding the Pines at Sunday River. Mainland Development Consultants, Inc. is representing the applicant. There's all kinds of information if you'd like to review it. And they had, the public hearing is July 17th, 6 p.m. right here.
that giant stack in the corner, the fourth shelf up. It's like reading, go ahead.
If you feel the need. And then I just want to tell you, we got the official stuff from the school, you know, saying who got what, was voted in for different things, and then what our school payment is for the next year. So we're all good with that. And I'm on vacation next week. And I gotta swear it tapes before you go home. And I'll be in the planning board tomorrow.
Do I need to ask permission to extend my 9 hours of vacation time or 10 hours of vacation time? I need to extend my vacation fiscal year 2024. I'm going to use probably 4 or 5 hours today, and then again next Thursday, on the 11th. Is that okay?
I say that sounded like a demand, not a question.
Well, my grandkids, I'm definitely going today. My grandkids are in town.
By 11, you must be going down and see what the regular Trump's doing.
I don't have a problem with that.
It'll use up my vacation and all comp time. Everything's all used up by the end of next week.
Well, I freaking hope so. You've been on vacation a lot.
Comp time has been equal to my vacation this year, but I had a lot of training and a lot of schooling, so hopefully not as much, huh? And hopefully development slows down, I won't have as many planning board meetings.
Not likely.
Yeah.
It doesn't look
I was gonna say,
no.
It does not, does it?
No.
Okay, hopefully there's no floods. EMA took a big chunk as well as road commissioner.
Yeah.
Right.
Those two titles took on a bunch of hours this year. We gotta separate those. Oh, never mind, what did I just say? Never mind, I want one-time card, never mind. Shush.
Yeah, you're already paying me too.
Yeah, no, I mean, just
Employee
separate
numbers.
numbers. Temporary, yeah, I know,
Yeah.
that's true, yeah. Okay.
So you have to decide next meeting's what time of day you're having them.
Well, I don't think I'm gonna be able to make 10 a.m. So I guess I would suggest going back to 5 or something in that neighborhood.
Whatever. Point me in the direction, I'll be there.
Well, I don't think we can go earlier
No.
because I don't know if we started at 7 o'clock, that'd be cutting it.
Could be, depending on.
Like today's meeting, yeah, it'd be no problem, but you get some of them that would be not so well.
Right.
So if we go back to 5.
Go back to 5 for that meeting.
Just wanna plan on 5 for the rest of them. I mean,
Till we change it again.
yeah.
Yeah, 5 works.
So next meeting will be July 16th at 5 o'clock.
Okay.
10:37. Make a motion, we adjourn.
Second that.
Did you second that?
Yes, he did.
That's what it said.
Been moved to second that we adjourn at 10:37, all those in favor?
Aye. In favor.
In favor.
Thank you guys, huh?
Thank you.